So I thought I'd get started right away and start with this video, which is about celebrating yourself. And I think that that's a really important thing, especially if you're struggling with self-esteem issues or you have, if you live, sorry, that's a hat. If you live in a household where um, bumping up your ego is something that's looked down upon, that's a really important thing for you to know, is that it's okay to be proud of yourself and to celebrate your accomplishments and reaching goals and things like that. It's a really important part of getting to love yourself, getting to know yourself, and to really remember your accomplishments so that when you're feeling low and you feel like you haven't accomplished anything, you can look back and remember the times you have celebrated yourself. And for me, celebrating myself is something that I rarely do. And I think that it's kind of sad, actually, because I do a lot of great things. I have accomplished a lot, whether or not it's, beating back mental illness, mental obstacles, physical obstacles, financial obstacles, which for a lot of people isn't an option to celebrate. If you're in a very dire financial situation, but for some people it's a big accomplishment to have money. Even small things. If you suffer from anxiety or depression, you should celebrate on really low days or days where you're really struggling, even getting out of bed. Something as simple as that, or getting out of bed, eating a meal, you know, or even the big things. Like, for me, a big thing, I suffer from social anxiety, and a big thing for me is calling on the phone. So anytime that I call on the phone, I'm pretty proud of myself because it's very difficult for me to talk to people over the phone. So it's just important to celebrate your milestones, educational milestones, even completing an assignment you've been procrastinating, or completing an assignment you thought you couldn't, or even just completing any assignment. Even if you set yourself to really high standards, it's important to celebrate the little things, I say a lot. I just moved into this place, and I'm really proud of myself, for moving in one day, and this place feels pretty much like a home, and we just moved in on Friday, and it's Monday. We've decorated, we have everything we need. Well, we would like more food. If you have food, please send it to us. We are hungry. No, I'm just kidding. No, but really, if you have lovely vegan food, please send it to my girlfriend and I. So, things in my life are going pretty well. But if things in your life aren't going pretty well, it's important to celebrate things that you're accomplishing, even though you're miserable, to put it frankly. When I was miserable, it was really difficult for me to do a lot of things. So hopefully you can try your best. If somebody would have told me that it was okay to be proud of myself but still not be happy, I think that would have been really confusing for me, because no one's ever said that to me. But you can be proud of yourself and be miserable. It's difficult, but it's important. So, it's important to celebrate yourself, and you should celebrate things you're able to do. Me, I'm a pretty good singer, and I'm happy about that, and I celebrate that, and I sing. And even if you can't share, even if I'm just singing in the shower, I'm celebrating what I have for me, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my talents. I might not be, world renowned, but I'm pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty good. And it's not bragging. You have bragging rights. You can brag. It's allowed. You're allowed to brag. In American society, well, especially this generation, sadness, self-pity, and self-deprecation is something that's really romanticized. And it makes life very difficult for those who are suffering because they might feel out of control, but they also feel like it's what is expected of them. That their sadness is something they should hold on to. Because it makes them interesting or quirky, which isn't true. You should celebrate the good things in your life, and you should be happy about yourself. It's allowed. It might be strange to some people, but you find that you will feel more happy in general if you look toward the things that you're good at or the things you like about yourself. I have bad days where I feel like I'm useless, I can do nothing, everyone's better than me, but I have learned to celebrate the things I'm able to do and to stop comparing myself to others. And that's a really important thing when you're trying to think great things about yourself. One thing that has really helped me is to stop comparing myself to other people. Because as soon as I do that, every bit of confidence I had in myself falls to pieces. And if I'm trying to have self-confidence, or I'm trying to at least be happy about one aspect of my life, comparing myself to others really ruins that for me. It really ruins my day, and it really ruins my mood and my attitude. Focusing on things that make you feel good and that you are able to do instead of focusing on what others are able to do and wishing you could. Something that you're not actually able to do, like sing or something. If you really, really want to do something, please, by all means, practice, 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 and get really awesome at it. I personally have the mindset that if I'm a lazy person. I'm a lazy person when it comes to, like, me. So I like, my girlfriend is an amazing artist. She's going to art school. But in my personal mindset, I'm thinking, if I'm not born with the talent to do something, it's not worth it for me to put my time into it. Which is kind of a lame mindset, but it's just who I am. But if you really think that you really want to do something, put the time and effort and work into it. Be willing to, like, suffer frustration. Well, not suffer. Face frustration and accomplish it. By all means, please do it. I envy you because I do not have the patience to attempt something like that. I've tried. I just have too much of a scatterbrain to focus on learning one thing unless I'm deeply, deeply interested in it. Alright, me aside, I thought I just would share that with you guys, that it's okay to celebrate your talents, and more than okay, I'm asking you to do it, because it's just something that I don't think anyone really does these days. When you go out with your friends, or when you not necessarily go out, a lot of times when people are with their friends, and this is big in high school culture and in movies and pop culture, people are humble, but they're humble to the point of self-deprecation, which is not a good quality. Believe it or not, self-deprecation should not be envied. It is a really difficult thing to live with, and for some reason it's just, there'll be, in a TV show or a movie, there'll be a scene of girls, or in real life, I've seen this in real life, where everyone starts talking about their flaws, and although some people might see them this way, negative self-talk is kind of pushed on you in society. If everyone starts talking about their flaws, you join in too. And I think that there's something wrong with that. And it's not just with girls. I'm not a man. I don't hang out with a lot of those males. So I don't really know if that's extremely true with men. But I'm talking mostly about women, people who identify as women, people who are around groups of women, blah blah blah. Disclaimer, so nobody gets mad at me. But yeah, and I think that's really prevalent in high school culture, in modern day culture. When you're insecure about your friendships, your surroundings, before you really get settled into the person that you are, it's just a topic. It's a very common topic, and I think that we should be talking about other things like our interests, instead of focusing, or even the positives about ourselves. We should be saying, "Oh, I love my nose. Oh, I love the way my hair falls," instead of, "I hate how straight my hair is. My nose is so huge." It can lead to destructive, complete self-hatred, and I think it should be taught more in pop culture and media that talking positively really influences your life, and thinking positively really influences your life. And if you can't fully think positively about yourself or about the world around you, if you cannot be a complete positive person, think positively, then it's really important to at least speak positively every once in a while. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to share what you love about yourself with other people. And don't be afraid to recognize that what you're doing is a great thing, or what you're doing is wonderful, or that you're talented at a certain thing you're doing. Hell, say you're the best. I'm the best at everything.